SUVs here, SUVs there, SUVs everywhere. Hello everyone and welcome to TopGear India. Now most of us already own vehicles and are looking at upgrading to something substantial. Like a mid-size SUV that does not break the bank on a daily basis. Now, did you know that the 1.5-litre TSI engines run more efficiently than the 1-litre TSI engines by almost a kilometer per litre? Today, we take a look at what seems like the same recipe handed down to two world-class chefs. And their cuisines are these: the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus, a 1.5-litre TSI Evo DSG with ACT, active cylinder technology, that shuts down 2 cylinders out of the 4 when the engine is not under load. And the Skoda Kushaq, the style 1.5-litre DSG with similar ACT technology.
Looking at me, boy, you're looking at me, girl. You're looking at me, keeping that love, but you're looking at me. I keep it red, but they keep it coming. No saying that bad, I can do you no harming. But if you're gonna make me mad, no, don't ever make me mad. Cause if you're gonna make me mad, make me bad.
Chrome does not look good on everything, but Volkswagen designers have integrated chrome on the Taigun in such a manner that it looks indeed very impressive. The front muscular fascia has sharp cuts and lines and a prominent Volkswagen logo along with GT badging, letting you know that you're driving the top of the line 1.5-litre engine. These sharp front fascia lines integrate the headlights so well that it looks like a single unit matched with the chrome front design.
A chance to thrive, but you will never save it.
Designed similarly like the Volkswagen Taigun, Skoda designers have rounded off edges on the Skoda Kushaq, giving it a distinctive presence with this insignia and the prominent Skoda grille right up front with slim LED headlights on both ends with fog lamps integrated on the upper parts of the bumper. Both of these cars are built on the MQB A0 IN platform, made in India, made for India. Thereby, both of these cars look alike. Apart from 17-inch wheels styled which look bigger on the Taigun and 17-inch sport wheels which look smaller on the Skoda Kushaq. Although sitting on the similar platform, the differences on its side come with GT badging, and there's a different but a much cleaner Skoda badging right up front on the Skoda Kushaqs. The booty on both of these mid-size SUVs looks very impressive. While Skoda has gone the traditional way of designing the Kushaq with some unique design elements, Volkswagen has gone futuristic with segment-first infinity rare LED straight lamp that meets at the Volkswagen logo and looks very impressive, especially in low light. The Kushaq interiors are styled in a sea of black inserts and chrome elements. The first thing one would notice is how cool that two-spoke steering wheel feels and how that Mercedes-inspired metal chrome knob turns and feels amazing. Dashboard features gloss black with carbon fiber look and a large floating touch panel with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Stair above the steering wheel and driver's display unit is part analog and part digital. It does feel classy, but at the same time looks slightly dated in 2022. There's also wireless charging, 2-step ventilated comfortable seats. The rear passengers also get USB Type-C charging points just as the front passengers. Skoda neatly packs the start-stop button under the right-hand side of the steering wheel, and the carbon fiber design elements are everywhere on this door knobs too. Seats wear black and dark grey clothing, and overall this car tries to be sporty in its appeal. The most appealing part of the interior has to be the Kushaq's in-car entertainment setup, thanks to the addition of a subwoofer sitting neatly inside the 17-inch spare wheels radius. The Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus feels special the moment you get inside the car. Unlike the black monotony of the Kushaq, this car feels multi-tone with sharp design elements proportional to the exterior design. Seats are firm and comfy for long distances and offer ample support for several thousand kilometers. The most significant feature in comparison is the inclusion of digital driver's console. It's crisp, looks modern, and designed in black and red makes this car feel like it was born in sports mode. The multi-tone interiors add a breath of fresh air to the cabin, and the seats in light grey highlights make this car more approachable in comparison. Touch-sensitive air conditioning controls shared with the Kushaq and overall digital screens with ample information make this car feel fresh and modern, especially against its sibling. Wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, wireless charger, Type-C ports for front and rear passengers, plus a detailed button layout on the steering wheel make the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus feel like a complete yet refreshing package. Compared to the Kushaq, the rear seats are relatively flat and easier to accommodate 3 people. Ingress and egress on both these cars are comfortable and there is no climb in or climb out required, commendable for their categories. We are driving these top-of-the-line 1.5 TSI dual-clutch automatic from both of these manufacturers, from Mumbai to Nashik and from Nashik to Mumbai. A huge shout-out to Radisson Blue Nashik for their hospitality. Based on a similar platform, both of these cars offer a great field of view and sitting in the driver's seat feels very commanding. So most of what we talk about in these cars applies to both of these cars, but then there are subtle differences. For example, the first thing you would notice in the Volkswagen Taigun is how differently these suspensions are tuned. In the Skoda Kushaq, sharper bumps are much easily felt inside the cabin, but the Taigun somehow manages to iron out all of those undulations at the same time, give you very good highway stability. The NVH levels in both of these cars are commendable, and there's hardly any difference between the two. Talking about braking capabilities of the Volkswagen Taigun, somehow, though it is based on the same specs or similar platforms, the Taigun feels more confidence-inspiring when you're driving and when you're braking. The brakes on the Kushaq are good, but there's a certain amount of jitter when you hard brake. Same cannot be said about the Volkswagen Taigun. It is very confident. It brakes hard, it brakes precise, it will stop at your will. Now the engine specs on both of these cars look similar on paper, but there is a good amount of difference when you drive these cars. For example, the Volkswagen Taigun drives more confidently and more eagerly than the Skoda Kushaq. The Kushaq feels like it has been tuned towards the comfort end of things. Volkswagen Taigun somehow manages to balance the perfect combinations of ride quality, stability, at the same time good brakes and amazing chassis response. One very peculiar thing that we noticed driving these cars on long distance from Mumbai to Nashik is that the Volkswagen Taigun manages to give us really nice fuel efficiency. Although driven in the same conditions on the same roads as the Kushaq, the range here shows more than the range on the Skoda Kushaq, despite both of them having the same amount of fuel tank, that is of 50 liters. This multi-tone interior is a joy to be in during daytimes and during night times as well. These buttons on the steering wheel illuminate at night, giving you a clear indication of what exactly is where. The ride quality on the Volkswagen Taigun is a bit more mature as compared to the Kushaq. Yes, the Kushaq feels comfortable on undulations, but sharper bumps are felt inside. That is not the case with the Volkswagen Taigun. In the Volkswagen Taigun, no matter what kind of an undulation that you find on the road, even at higher speeds, are just ironed out by this beautifully tuned suspension. The Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus feels planted on a straight road and does not even shy entering corners at high speeds. It holds its line, has a good amount of stability and minimum amount of body roll. The ride quality on the Volkswagen Taigun is also complemented by its seats. The seats are slightly firm, but they're great for long distance travel. The Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus runs on 1.5 litre TSI dual clutch automatic. The gearbox is very smooth no matter what kind of speeds you're carrying. And if you're in the right power band, it is also very responsive right at the flick of the throttle. The 1.5 litre TSI with DSG dual clutch automatic gearbox is smooth, it's precise, it even rivals a race car driver's gear shifts. Now if the DSG wasn't enough, you also get paddle shifters for more control and to get the best out of that 1.5 litre TSI engine with 148 bhp and 250 Newton meters of torque on offer. Thanks to the engine and the gearbox, the car defies its size. This does not feel like a mid-size SUV at all. In fact, you feel like you're driving a smaller car. With ample amount of height adjust and steering adjust, you get a commanding view of the road when you sit in both of these cars. The subtle differences between both of these cars also continue in their length. The Kushaq is 4 millimeters longer in length compared to the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus. That 4 mm extra length on the Kushaq means more turning radius, that is of 5.3 meters. Whereas the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus can take a U-turn in just 5.03 meters. Thanks to this short turning radius, the Taigun feels very easy to maneuver in city and even on high speeds. The 3-spoke steering wheel is absolutely amazing on the Volkswagen. It feels sturdy, it feels precise. You point the steering at something and the car will make its way there. Overall, the drive quality of the Taigun GT Plus is a little better than the Skoda Kushaq at its top variant. Now what you should know is that the Taigun GT Plus also gets 6 airbags for the 1.5 litre TSI Evo DSG. Even on bad roads, the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus feels absolutely at home. It feels like it can tackle just about any kind of a road condition that you put this vehicle on. The Skoda Kushaq, unlike the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus, does nothing on the exterior to make you know that you are driving the 1.5 litre TSI. The dual clutch automatic also does a commendable job on the Kushaq. Overtakes on the Kushaq require a little bit more throttle as compared to the Volkswagen Taigun. The differences in the tune of both of these cars is noticeable, especially when you drive them for longer distances. The Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus feels absolutely sportier at night. Compared to that, the Kushaq gives you white ambient lighting, which feels understated and classy both at the same time. We're not quite sure if it is the case with the car that we are driving, but the brakes on the Skoda Kushaq feel much mushier compared to the Volkswagen Taigun. All the buttons on the Skoda Kushaq feel like they are made out of quality materials. Now the Kushaq has 4 mm extra length as compared to the Volkswagen Taigun. The turning radius on this is also a bit larger compared to that of the Volkswagen Taigun. But these differences are not noticeable, especially in isolation. What is noticeable in the Skoda Kushaq is low speed handling of bad roads. The car tends to push you around your seat everywhere. The Skoda Kushaq feels planted on high speeds as well, but the suspensions, when they hit sharper bumps on the road at any speeds, will make you feel all of that thud inside the cabin. One thing to note is that the 1.5 litre TSI automatic, the one that we are driving in the Skoda Kushaq, right now gets only 2 airbags, which is a huge step down compared to the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus with 6 airbags. Apparently, there's a 6 airbag variant that will be launched later by Skoda and will cost a whole 50 to 60 grand more on road compared to the top variant, that is this, which is already pricier than the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus. Given a choice of the two to drive back to Mumbai, I would definitely choose the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus, thanks to that great suspension tuning and that absolute bomb of an engine, which also is mated in this, but is tuned for more comfort. We have been driving the top variant of both of these vehicles for several hundred kilometers now. Now on paper, both of these might look like photocopies of each other. But these are siblings from the same family, the same DNA, but different personalities. While the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus offers a sportier ride, it also has better comfortable suspensions compared to the Skoda Kushaq. Obviously, the in-car entertainment system with that subwoofer is amazing inside the Skoda Kushaq, but the interiors of the Taigun GT Plus are youthful and that red accent adds a flair to the entire drive. But safety comes first. The Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus offers you 6 airbags, while the Kushaq in its top-end variant automatic will only offer you 2. Skoda promises to bring us another variant with 6 airbags, but as of today, this one costs less than the 2 airbags offered in the Kushaq. If we had to pick one, it would definitely be the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus. For its better driving dynamics, better safety with 6 airbags, that youthful interior, that GT badging, and most importantly, a lower price tag. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button and let us know which one would be the pick out of these two for you and your family. Also, hit the like button for us waking up at 3 AM. Until next time, this is Pratik signing off.